that trip down south?
Really excited. It's obviously a really well put together event. It's been one of the stronger preseason tournaments for a long time. Love the field, high level competition, and good to see, for 3 games, what type of toughness, resilience, takes a lot to play 3 games in 4 days, and all the different dynamics that may come up. So I'm excited to see how we respond to it.
What have you noticed about this Memphis team on film?
They're really athletic. You can tell they have an NBA-style approach to the way they play. They scored 109 the other day in a win. It was double overtime, but still 109 is 109. And they can score in bunches. They get after you defensively, and they play with a lot of pride.
You were a kid when Penny entered the NBA.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of his?
Oh, absolutely. He's one of the more unique players to come through in my time. The guys like him a lot now. Not quite his talent level, but a lot of 6'8" guards, but he was kind of a unique talent. People compared him to Magic Johnson because there wasn't a ton of other guys to compare him to when he came in. And I remember him and Shaq kind of taking the league by storm their first few years, and unfortunately injuries shortened his career, but he was a phenomenal player.
What's the plans for handling Thanksgiving with your team?
We'll eat. At some point, I don't know when. I haven't really looked at the schedule that much we play that day, so we'll get ready for the game, and then we'll get together as a team, and we'll have a dinner like we always would. Nothing super special.
I know Yor has a lot of growing to do and still catching up to the speed of the game. And does that just make it all the more impressive how he's still blocking shots as often as he has these first few games?
Yeah, he's playing off just natural athletic instincts right now. And once he figures out where he's supposed to be, he'll be even better at it. Once he understands how to slow down, kind of take a couple moments to breathe and relax. I think he's going to be a really, really dynamic defensive player for a long time. And he'll get stronger, he'll become better offensively, but obviously his defense is way ahead of his offense right now.
We just talked to Ice, and he talked about adjusting to the college game through these first 3. How have you seen him adjust so far?
He's a kid who takes a lot of pride in learning from his mistakes. I told you before, when we just had the scrimmage, he really struggled in our scrimmage at Wichita. He was the first kid in the office to watch film the following opportunity. So he's a kid who cares a lot. He's really competitive. He wants to win above anything else. So I've seen him learn from, he played really well in our first game, but he only played well for about 20 minutes. He was out there for about 35 minutes. So he's learning how to play with more consistency. In high school, he was able to take possessions off, quite honestly, and still be good enough. Well, now he can't do that. He's figuring that out. And obviously having Mike back helps him because for the first 2 games, he's pretty much carrying a burden, especially with Cunningham still out at this point. He's played a point for pretty much the whole game, other than when we put Lindy there. So probably a little bit much for him, but I'm excited because it's an opportunity for him to really find out what it's like at this level on a night in and night out basis.
What does having Weathers and Ice on the floor at the same time do for the team?
Well, it does a lot. First of all, we're probably our most dynamic defensively. They're both uncannily long for guards in terms of their wingspans and ability to contest shots. Obviously at the rim and on the perimeter, they both can challenge 3-point shots over smaller guards. They both rebound really well, so they can ignite the break without getting an outlet pass. And then they're both there are 2 better playmakers. In terms of when our offense is stagnant or breaks down, you can find a way to get them into a ball screen or spread the floor, and they can create offense for you. And something that we've really needed, and we didn't have a ton of last year. We had 2 guards who were different. Kendall was a bigger but more scoring-minded guard, and Brandon was a scoring-minded guard, even though he was smaller. And now you got 2 guys who are longer, who both can pass really well, but also can affect the game on the defensive end in a lot of different ways.
What is this week like from a coaching standpoint with scouting? How much advanced scouting has to be done these first few days, and what is Thursday night or Friday morning like with the players?
So, obviously knowing the first opponent helps, and we've known this opponent for a long time, so this one isn't as unique in terms of preparation. The next ones are a little bit more challenging because you don't know until the games are over. Now, the fortunate deal you have is you can live scout, so we can watch the teams play and try to pick up some tendencies or try to confirm some things we've seen on film. But you try to split up amongst the rest of the staff. Somebody to be committed to Villanova, somebody to be committed to Canisius, and now we're prepared either way. And a lot of it honestly falls on our video guys. They do a lot of pre-scout work because we don't want to overburden the assistants because they've got other responsibilities with recruiting and player development and all that stuff. So our video guys, Dre, Dembo, to start with, they do a tremendous job of making sure we're prepared for all the situations.